What's going on YouTube? Um, I want to get scientific on this one. Let's talk about different species. Um, what separates species, right? There's a lot of different defining characteristics that can separate two different organisms, right? There's a whole list of things that separate human beings from a tree, right? And one of the characteristics that distinguish the two is our ability to um, be afflicted with certain bacteria, certain viruses. Like what makes us sick pretty much differs. So that's what separates us. One of the main things that separate us. For example, if I had a pet snake and I had a pet dog, um, there are certain viruses and bacteria that can affect both my snake and my dog, but there's a whole host of certain bacteria and viruses that will make my dog sick that won't harm my snake, and vice versa, right? So that's one of the reasons why they're separate species, because what makes them sick is different. Now, one of the defining characteristics of two different animals that are from the same species, for instance, dogs, right? You have different types of dogs, but dogs are pretty much the same species, is their ability to get sick, right? If I have two dogs and one of my dogs is sick, I'm afraid because my other dog probably will catch the same virus or illness that my other dog has because of they're of the same species. Whether they're male or female, it doesn't matter. Um, so we can apply this on a social level to African American males and African American females. We are from the same species, right? Um, so what happens to one of us will happen to the other one. We've all seen it before when we were sick growing up. If I got sick, my sister's probably going to get sick, or if she's sick, she's probably going to pass it on to me, right? We don't grow up where, oh, only the men get sick, or only the women get sick. What happened, right? And we fail to realize this. If someone asks why are black males going to jail at a certain rate, we have to ask what is causing them to do so, right? And we've done so. We've talked about it. There's books, there's people, there's authors. But no one asks how does it affect black women? Because whatever made us sick in that manner to make us want to commit crimes and rob and kill each other has affected black women as well. Now, how it manifests itself is completely different. It may be completely different. But it doesn't negate the fact that they're still sick, right? If I expose myself to cold weather and I expose somebody else to cold weather, I might get the cold. The other person might get the flu, might get pneumonia. There's other illnesses that other person can get, right? But we were both exposed to the same external condition, which is the rain. So my whole point is to get some of the women to start to understand on this level so we could, have more productive conversations. I just had one yesterday, and it was cool simply because she understood, right, that there are also things that affect black women, right? She didn't take this standpoint that is solely on the black males, right? She didn't take that default position. So we still disagreed, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day it was a productive conversation, right? And I wouldn't mind having another conversation with this same person simply because we were coming from the same level, right? So, in closing, try to incorporate this, when you analyze and you break down other people's vids, you talk to people on the street, you talk to friends and family, Come from a standpoint of, if something's wrong with me, what caused it, and how does it affect you? And you'll have a much more productive conversation, and you'll probably get a whole lot further in terms of understanding than you would if you take this default position that, you know, what's fucking up black women and men are completely different when they're exactly the same thing.